about a player, seems like she's more aggressive. You're right, you have to be aggressive on one side, or at least have that weapon ready.
Love 1.
So Han Ying, 1-0 if I remember the head-to-head correctly. Strong favorite by world ranking and general history.
1.
So attack versus defense. English has a rich history with defense, and as someone who's a 2-time English national champion, talk to us about what is so difficult and what it requires from the attacker to be, let's say, patient or pull through.
Yeah, you used the word I was going to say there, Adam. Patience, mental resilience. Han Ying does not miss on that side of the table. She will make you work for it, and she will make you second guess your choice shot. You know, changing it up a little bit of flow, heavy backspin, making it very, very challenging. You have to be on it at all times, otherwise that row of points can get away from you.
It's a good point in terms of spin variation. With the short pips on the red side, Han Ying, she really can vary the spin more than most. Little break off the net here. Quite famously, Ding Song and Ho Ying Chao and in his footsteps would follow. Short pips choppers who can attack without having to turn the racket around. Han Ying gets a lot of balls back. It's frustrating. You just feel like, I've hit the ball so hard, how is the point not over? And then you try to crush it. That's when you hit it off the table into the net. Net recovery, but the put away. The opportunity was there, and Ying Wing Lam with the Ying Wing bomb.
And we spoke about the consistency that Han Ying has on that side of the table. Ying Wing Lam having to wait for a weak return to hit that slap ball.
Baldwin Chan there in the front, right behind him, Li Qing, medalist for Team Hong Kong, China.
4-3.
In the days of the pen-hold grip everywhere, he was a legend, still is.
There's a lovely step around the corner there. Just catching Han Ying off guard.
Oh, the variation in this play. Ying Wing Lam is able to slow it down, bring her in a moment, and then send it back hard. A game that was looking quite one-sided. It's sort of the opposite of what we saw with Du Hoi Kim and Sabina Winter in terms of teams here.
Yeah, and Wing Lam just getting a run of points here. Really aggressive on that attack, waiting for the right moment to pounce.
5-all.
I don't know how many choppers you can think of who've sent expedite rule into play in recent history, but the only one that comes to mind for me is Han Ying. Hey, Patrick Franziska in the house, looking fresh.
Is really varying that forehand shot she's playing. She is going between a spinny shot, waiting for that ball to come back, and then she's going for the attack, really trying to disrupt the rhythm of Han Ying on the other side of the table.
That takes a lot of confidence to play these shots so hard. Again, tough to put into words how much backspin Han Ying can impart in the middle of the rally. Here it's a bit different. Serve, receive, a bit of topspin, side spin on it. Nice to see the men for both teams here, really. After all, Team Hong Kong China was beaten by Germany just yesterday in the men's.
8-5.
Get a sense of confidence from Ying Wing Lam here on her attacks.
Yeah, she's really been impressive after that 1-4, that quick turn.
6,
And as we
8.
often see, a lot of these players, when they're playing against defense, they opt for the forehand attack. They don't often try and cream them with their backhand as much, and she's stepping around that corner to try and get those angles.
I'm sure a lot of people who are newer to
6,
table tennis would be
9.
curious to hear why they opt for the forehand. Care to elaborate?
Well, I mean, we are becoming a more backhand-dominated sport. You see it all the time, the players stepping around onto that forehand side. But when you're playing against defense, the amount you can get your legs
9,
lower
7.
to kind of spin it up, everyone still opts to use that forehand. And there, Han Ying just punching that one away. And that is the element of surprise she has on her attack as well.
Short pips in full effect. And the top spin
9,
from behind the
8.
table, reminding that there are a lot of different ways to put pressure on the opponent from way back. One-point ball game here. Ying Wing Lam, big serve. Han Ying is tough to
9,
fool, and she gets the
all.
back edge of the table after that slow, soft spin from Ying Wing Lam.
Yeah, it looked like Han Ying was taking that ball off the floor. The agility that she has and a little bit of fortune, but praise to her for getting all the other ones back before that.
5-second rule in terms of getting things off the floor. Anyway, 9 points apiece out of the third towel break. A narrow margin victory is all we're going to see. Oh, slightly
10,
floatier
9.
is how it seems. You never really know out here. Even the pro on the other side has so much to keep track of.
And that variation there from Han Ying at the back of the court. Just when you think you can hit through it, that float ball drifts it off to the edge.
Yep. Game point, Han Ying. Everywhere. If she starts a cell phone service provider, I want to be on that plan because she has got coverage of the entire court in this rally. Wide forehands, drive to the middle, 43. 43 is the new 21, forever Han Ying.
She does not miss. I would love to be that athletic when I hit 43.
I'd love to be that athletic at any point in my life, in any sport ever. Han Ying, incredible, and Ying Wing Lam putting up a good fight. But it's a fight that continues in game number 2.
Manchmal, wenn du schaffst, auch ein bisschen haarlang, nicht immer diese lang. Am Ende halt ein bisschen kürzer, manchmal auch geschoben. Aber dann kommt diese ein bisschen kürzer mit viel Speed. Ja. Und mach einfach Aufschläge. Und wenn du ein bisschen zu stören, ja? Sie hat nicht so ruhige Situation. Ja?
Ja, okay. Weil ich hier erwarte, dass sie die erste Mal so ziehen, aber
Weil der bleibt nah am Tisch. Ja.
okay.
Wenn der flach ist, bist du gut.
Just a reminder, if you don't already have your tickets, scan it, buy it, bring it, watch it, enjoy it, tell your friends about it. Didn't quite flow like the Busta Rhymes and Daft Punk thing.
Second game, Germany to serve. Lovell.
It's an incredible event. If you've been following online, being here in person is an incredible opportunity. So Maria, I think we were both quite impressed with Ying Wing Lam. What's it going to take for her to get the 1 on the game count?
She's got to keep her head. She's got to sort of pick the exact right ball. This is what Han Ying wants. She wants these long rallies. She wants to keep you guessing.
1 all.
Ying Wing Lam has got to pick them out, make decisive decisions and not try and rush. It's all about patience when you're playing against defense.
Those are the best types of decisions. These are the points she won. Many points like this, going quite aggressively. We talked about patience, but it's a fine balance. If you're winning points, well, technique is whatever works.
That's 2
She
all.
goes for it again, and this time it goes on to that wide forehand. And you do speak about patience, and it is about picking off the right ball, but if it's working, it's working.
Right. I think we made a similar point. It was an Alan Levin quote, technique is whatever works, but the point is, even some of the greatest in the game, from Timo Boll, I mean, his backhand was not textbook. Han Ying's done all sorts of innovations on the backhand shot. Oh, out of reach. She lobbed with the short pitch to the baseline, but if it were the forehand side, had she twiddled, which is why I think she did at the very end. Keep your eyes on Han Ying's racket. She twiddles because she knows she needs topspin. The short pips don't generate as much, and that's why Ying Wing Lam was able to play a wider angle, because the ball was closer to the table, the baseline, than where it would have been with the spinny shot.
3-4.
Lam just eager to finish the point off there. But those balls by Han Ying, they are fizzling over the court. There is so much backspin.
That's like sizzling and fizzing, right? I love it. That's how spinny these balls are. Another thing that we have to remember is when you're playing a chopper, it's like they feed off of your topspin. Well, now ready for a punch. Quick recovery from Ying Wing Lam.
Yeah, Han Ying there stepping in, doing that iconic punch that we know she can, that flat hit with the short pimples, trying to surprise Ying Wing Lam, but she was there. And those flat hits by Ying Wing Lam are really proving effective for her. She's managing to hit through those balls. You can see a punch on the backhand, taking Han Ying wide out forehand, really making her stretch and work for the point.
6-5.
Han Ying with a little less spin there. She's varying it up on that backhand side.
Break off the top of the net here for Ying Wing Lam. We're starting to see from that camera angle some of the side spin that Han Ying throws into the ingredients list.
You can see her coming right across her body, getting underneath the ball, but adding that little bit of side spin.
Oh, wow, it took a lot to finish that one.
And that was a quick zoom out you saw there by the camera as both players etched away from the table, but Ying Wing Lam managing to claw herself back in closer to the table to hit those powerful shots. She's really being effective with that no spin slap on the forehand.
This one almost comes back. You used the word decisive, describing decisions earlier, which I think is an important point to make. The point before this, we saw for the first time in a long time, Han Ying caught in a little bit of indecision with that swiping forehand chop, and that's why Ying Wing Lam was able to take advantage. The ball didn't have quite the intention that Han Ying always brings. Or usually, I should say, but from behind the table with the forehand, she's right there. Let's zoom out ourselves a little bit. In terms of this team matchup, let's start zooming out slowly. Timeout now on Team Hong Kong China's side because they need this game. Han Ying leads 1-0, and the lead that Ying Wing Lam developed for herself is disintegrating quickly. Germany leads 1-0.
好成日執住想打死佢，佢真係褪出嚟之後，你好難一板打死佢嘅，係咪？以嗰種快咧，睇唔同嘅發球，咪第一板出去可以快，呢個可以快，真係打起身就打落。
即係你覺得我再開多個一樣嘅，定係開下？
我覺得你開呢個位咧容易拉啲，即係呢個位佢一路都接得有啲高。而家反手呢邊咧，佢就不停咁樣加轉，俾到你反手到呢個位。
我發平嘅，但係勾手。
可以，反正你睇睇自己點樣拉。其實你又唔係太斜，佢旋轉冇問題，拉出去係嘛？但係就唔可以太深㗎，係嘛？第一把可以2把拉快，拉唔到快，後面嘅波要拉落點，呢個記住拉落點，拉落點扣落點啊！
I don't think, Maria, you and I are alone in being impressed with NG Wing Lam and the way she's performed.
Yeah, we were speaking about her performances.
8-7.
Han Ying is a very experienced player, and NG Wing Lam keeping those fine margins. That first game was super close as well. Let's see what she can produce after the timeout, and that's a great way to respond, to take herself 2 points clear.
Yeah, the funny thing is we just heard, if I'm not mistaken, that during the timeout, she was encouraged to play the middle a bit, all to set up wide shots like that. And it is 3 game points for a player who's impressed us all. And we'll talk more about it. We'll bring it up a little bit later. It's game time with 3 game points for NG Wing Lam. Crushing shot, clips the net on the way over, and game on. She's got one on the board. Level playing field here from a team that's had quite some scares along the way. Hashtag Wales, hashtag Chinese Taipei team. More on that. If you didn't already know, we'll make sure you do. But right now, a level playing field between 2 players quite far away in world rankings. But the end of this match, not that far away.
OK 吧，中間反手，中間正手，即係落反中間。
Third game, Hong Kong, China to serve. Level.
Maria, we can't ignore how strong Wales was and how close Team Hong Kong China was to being eliminated in that round and in the next.
Yeah, have a lot of friendship in that Team Wales as part of Team GB. And I really felt for Charlotte Kerry in that 3rd position as well. Just losing out, edging out. But a great performance again by Anna Hersey of Wales, clinching 2. Proving that Team Hong Kong have been challenged throughout this tournament so far.
That ball is so loaded twice. The fact that NG Wing Lam could confidently slap the first one and then recover for the next is impressive.
Distance zum Tisch, komm. Distance zum Tisch. Komm mal, ist gut.
Good drive, nice depth, the placement on this, recognizing a good opportunity. People often ask, what should we do? Well, it depends on what's happening on the other side. There's so much context needed for an answer to that question.
Especially when you're playing against a player like Han Ying with so much experience, so much ability to vary her game. You see there, coming in, doesn't pull it off, but she has that element of surprise that she can also do. So you've got to be on your toes at all times. You've got to read the spin as well as you can.
Float chop with the forehand. Speaking of which, if you're newer to table tennis, a float implies that there's not as much rotation on the chop, which is the common name for the backspin shot that you'll see time and time again from one of the world's best choppers, Han Ying.
Three all.
Just back to that one where Han Ying came for the lunging attack. I think credit to Ying Wing Lam for slowing the ball down and spinning it shallow on the table. The in and out game is something that choppers use incredibly effectively, but against a chopper you can do the same. There's subtle ways to change the timing and break the rhythm to catch your opponent off balance. A rare block that doesn't come down on the table here after Han Ying spins it from way back. Top spin, that is, this time around.
Yeah, and Ying Wing Lam hitting that flat shot, but you can just see there from the back of the court, Han Ying managed to just use a little bit of wrist, so it arced a little bit harder. Much harder to block those kind of shots than a fast punch.
Good confidence on the opening drive. Early in the rally, if you can finish against a chopper, we talked about residual side spin. Sometimes you want to finish it before the ball gets too heavy or loaded with spin.
And we spoke about not many backhands being used, but in that scenario, Ying Wing Lam uses it so effectively. We've seen her step around there, and we've seen her step around and play down into that backhand, and there she just used the forehand to go cross-court.
4-6.
She's really mixing it up. Let's see what Han Ying can produce on her service now.
Wow, this was a run around it. Chase to get back to that wide forehand from Ying Wing Lam.
And this is what you can also expect from Han Ying. Defense to attack whenever she's ready, whenever she's close enough to pounce, she will.
Heavy spin, the opening. Just to add to the why use the forehand against defense, why it's more common. I think in general, you've just got so much backswing. You can generate a lot of racket speed, which will help you lift the ball with so much backspin. So it is the more powerful of the two strokes, generally speaking. That's a lot of work. Han Ying, if she wins that point, she crushes your soul at the same time.
And I think this whole point started off from that third ball attack, which has been phenomenal from Ying Wing Lam so far during this game. That third ball, she's picking it off. And you can see here the momentum going with Ying Wing Lam, 6 of the last 8.
From behind the table, a topspin game. It's the second time in recent history we've seen Han Ying pull off a point topspinning from behind the table. Man, a lot. It's uncomfortable because it's not a kill shot, but it's aggressive enough to keep Ying Wing Lam defensive.
7,
and that ball is chiseled there underneath. Han Ying knows that if there is not enough quality on that push towards Ying Wing Lam, she just might have the advantage to attack, and it clips the net.
And you wouldn't be alone if you thought, looking at these two names on paper, that this would be a very one-sided match. So hats off to Ying Wing Lam, who continues. It's not done yet, but she continues to add to her side of the scoreboard.
9,
Never over
8.
until it's over. It is so tough to get just 1 point against Han Ying.
But there you can see how quick she is at recovering that, staying close, getting over the top and blocking it back, making sure Ying Wing Lam has to play that next ball.
Oh, the power shot carries long. Spin variation, the name of the game. There's so many ways to win a point for defenders and attackers, but defenders varying that spin. You can see the logo on the ball at the end. That means it's a float, empty.
And it's so tempting when the ball is high like that to try and hit through it.
3% the better on serve for the last 2 serves of this game. Ying Wing Lam. It's Han Ying with the serves. Well now, 39%. That's way closer to 0 than any stat I've seen in the service game so far in Table 1 this week. And it's game point for Han Ying. After the comeback that we've seen, that's 6-9 down, Han Ying, and now deuce, alternating serves until one player has a 2-point lead to take a game that could determine the winner of this match. Oh, the confidence on this one.
11.
Wow, Ying Wing Lam with authority.
That was phenomenal from Ying Wing Lam. The confidence at 10-10 against a player much higher ranked than you, but she knows that the addition of her service is good. Can she take it now?
Oh, after all the pressure she had put on, hanging in there. I like to put myself in the player who's down, their position. Han Ying, I don't know if you were thinking about when to float or if.
11-all.
Did that come to your mind at all in that point? Should I chop heavy? Should I float a ball back? Sitter pops up, and finally she earned it. Ying Wing Lam gets the shot to put it away.
Han Ying there felt like she was on the back foot. You heard a couple of grunts from her. She was trying to mix it up. They're scooping it off the floor.
That was the one. That's the one she didn't want. She didn't get to brush under it the way she normally would. Taken advantage of on the other side. Game point again, Ying Wing Lam. Not making this easy at all. That's basically her job description.
She will not let Ying Wing Lam rest, and she will not give her any easy points. Han Ying from the other side of the table, changing up the spin, changing up the length, really making Ying Wing Lam fight for this game.
Lovely stuff. That's great. Short and sweet.
13.
If you can, yes, this is when a backhand can be very effective against a chopper early in the rally. But it's the forehand here, taking advantage quickly to put the pressure on. Service point outright. When's the last time you saw that from Han Ying?
We have not seen that so much in this game. It's been long thought out rallies. But here Han Ying going long, keeping Ying Wing Lam on her toes. Right into the body of Han Ying. And this is testament to Ying Wing Lam's dedication, perseverance to this game. It's very easy in these sorts of scenarios to lose your head a little bit. You've had a couple of match points. She is not resting. But neither is Han Ying. She keeps fighting on there. That attack, that short backhand punch in.
Yes, short pips. Making a very strong case for how effective they can be in a clutch moment, but it's the player holding them. was a level of
14,
caution, you could
15.
feel it. This incredible precision and spin with every shot. She didn't go for broke. She kept her head, as you described she needed to do, Ying Wing Lam. 25 shots in that rally for a game that's got 29 points already and isn't even over. Another game point for Ying Wing Lam. That
15
said,
all.
we get ourselves a 5th towel break. Do you need a towel break, Maria?
I think if I was on the court here, I would definitely take that towel break, but neither player seems to have utilized it here.
Fascinating. Just missing the back edge.
16.
I stopped counting, but it feels like it's got to be about 6 game points, if not more, for Ying Wing Lam.
And Wing Lam not giving up. Fist to her team, saying, I'm still fighting.
Incredible power and precision, and with the open face of the racket towards the ceiling, this one climbs the net like Alex Honnold here and comes down safely on the other side. Take a look at the racket angle on this ball. Oh man, a dart. That's how much spin is on it. What a way to end it. This was the uncut gems of a game.
This could be so crucial for the outcome of this match.
2-1, Ying Wing Lam leads.
跟住打射佢，而家跟住打射佢，而重心要起咗之後咧，要容易失，係嘛？即係一打氣過咗2板之後，要提醒自己連做打落連，夠用㗎啦。OK， 將個重心擺低少少。OK。
Just a reminder, if you like world-class table tennis, which of course you do because you're here, we've got the United States Smash in its 2nd edition. Yep, Wang Chuqin, Lily Zhang, the American Dream, Juyu Ling, the professor, and the thrill from Brazil, Hugo Calderano. It's coming to LA, baby. It's a wonderful place to be. Come enjoy the beach. Come on out. Most importantly, enjoy world-class table tennis. Chun-Yi on the map. Among others, Juyu Ling, the defending champ. It's going to be a smash. Ying can catch anything.
How quickly was her footwork to get back in there?
Don't get me wrong, she's got an incredible job and she's nowhere near retiring at this level of play, but she could have a job with the police force the way she caught that ball. After all, we have to remember, for context, Han Ying wins this game. We've got ourselves a decider, and what's already been epic. Sabina Winter, Du Hoi Kim to start off the show. It's a tough act to follow, but these two are not disappointing. It's artwork. The defensive game demonstrated by one of the finest brushes out here to put the ball back on the canvas. Han Ying. This piece is the type that you just can watch over and over. Hang it up on your living room wall. Oh, payback for game point in game number 3, except instead of 17-15, it makes it 4-0.
Yeah, and Han Ying on the other side of the table, relentless. Just coming in to hit that back, and you can see the dribble over the net. And Han Ying will be happy to win out some of these points a little bit quicker like that from the service. Because if this goes to a 5th game, both players will want as much power as they can. And they're hanging with that backhand punch with those short pimples that we've seen time and time again, winning her those points.
Very short backswing there. It's Bruce Lee-like, the 1-inch punch from those backhands. Again, you're not going to see a long pitch chopper do that. Clips the hand here. Funny bounce at the back of the table. Han Ying clearing her half of the table and conscience at the same time. By the way, it's allowed to hit the hand and still come down and play if it's the hand holding the racket. Not for the squeamish, faint of heart. Man, grab your pillow on the way in. My goodness, how many of these shots came back, and it still almost came down from Han Ying.
Both players playing with so much heart to win just 1 point there.
Trying on the attacker's shoes for a moment, and the response on the other side. Remember, the attacks from the backhand and forehand are very different from Han Ying.
And you get the sense that Han Ying is attacking a little bit more in this game. She's trying to win a little bit more off that attack, but the attack comes back.
She just saved herself a timeout. Sorry.
No, she definitely did. That long service, saving her again into that middle of NG Wing Lam.
I've got a question for you. NG Wing Lam is leading in this game. It's exhausting to play. You might think the chopper's exhausted because she's running around, but we know how much lift and energy it takes. What's it like to be on the other side of the table for NG Wing Lam?
I think at this stage of the match, she'll be thinking, I've got a 2-1 lead, let's see what I can do. She might not be feeling too fatigued. She's a little bit younger, but she knows that she's got to keep her mind on the prize. She's got to think about what Han Ying is doing on the other side of the table. She is so experienced. We've seen her go from attack to float to chop, short, long. When she's back away from the table, she has the ability to attack as well and put some spin on it. And Wing Lam just needs to watch that variety.
Interesting. Still a bit of cushion here. Han Ying would love to get through 11-4, starting game number 5 with some serious momentum and a statement win in the 4th. Well, didn't hold back on that one. She says, simmer down now. Hands out, trying to calm herself. Sometimes even 85%, even 80% is enough to win you the point, especially if you're a defender attacking.
And Wing Lam happy to play these longer rallies, trying to wear down Han Ying on the other side of the table. A lot of push to push there until she sees her opportunity to get in on that slightly higher side spin ball and reach that angle.
Still no timeout from Han Ying. She was up 9-3. It's 3 in a row. You gotta call one now. If not now, then when? I think the hope was there will be a game 5. Let's save it for game 5 and have the advantage. But there might not be a game 5. with the way Ying Wing Lam is playing.
Angreifen. Mach jetzt einmal diese Langausschlag in die Mitte. Wieder diese. 2 Punkte hast du gekriegt in diesem Satz. Ja? Und dann kriegst du hoch, greif an. Ja?
Wenn du angreifst, du musst dich auch gut angreifen.
Genau.
Das ist für sie auch unangenehm.
Genau.
Gerade wenn du ein bisschen langsam machst,
Nur ein bisschen zu still.
ist nicht so die Kontrolle. Und dann kannst du wieder abwehren und was wiederholen.
Aber jetzt spielst du viel, viel besser Platzierung. Ecke. Dann hier und dann du spielst die Rücken, sie schubt. Du kriegst ein bisschen ruhiger Ball. Du hast mehr Zeit. Sehr gut. Sehr gut gespielt.
Beispielsweise. Ich war so kurz Luft
Ja,
raus.
alles gut. Du spielst gut. Ja, du spielst gut. Nur angreifen. Nicht nur angreifen. Ja? Einmal lang ausschlagen. Mach es. Komm.
Just a reminder of how important positive thinking is. Sehr gut. You're very good. Alles gut. Knowing what's working, reminding your player why she should be confident. A demonstration or two. They didn't focus on mistakes. They want Han Ying right now. This is sports psychology. They want her as positive and confident as can be. An outright serve, long, fast kicker. Shovel serve with side and topspin sets up a game point. She's got 3 opportunities to cash in this timeout. But not so fast. Ying Wing Lam moving it around. If at times you might have thought she must be exhausted, well, most humans would be, and it's possible that for moments that was a question. But she's doing what she needs to out here, and at the 3rd towel break, it's 2 game points left for Han Ying. Serves with Ying Wing Lam. Patience and precision, putting it to rest deep to the backhand. With Han Ying that close to the table, you can feel the danger.
And Ying Wing Lam really brought Han Ying in and out from the table. Used both angles. And in the end, a lot of power to overcome that one.
Outright service point. Hits her in the hand, it looks like, for the 2nd time. And after a timeout, Han Ying got a quick point. And who recoiled? Ying Wing Lam at deuce. Interesting choice. Fast, long serve, backhand attack. It had paid off on some occasions. That's 4 points in a row, and it's a match point. For what, world rank number 94 versus the world rank 19? Patience was there, did almost everything right. And Han Ying pulling a rabbit out of the hat on this step around attack.
And that's what you get from the experienced Han Ying. You felt like she was putting her all into those shots. And Wing Lam taking her out wide. So much control on her shots.
Well, now game point. The decider looked like for a while at 10-7 it was likely to come. We still don't know after a 17-15 net-grabbing victory in game number 3. Nail-biting continues for the spectators. Trip, you know where, to the D, to the side, to the der. Healthy snacks and beverages. Tell your friends we got another game number 5. Han Ying surviving after an epic point. A drop shot is one of the toughest shots in the game, under pressure nonetheless. And here's an example of why it's dangerous to do. Even though she made the shot, Han Ying is right back at the table. Get ready for the final game to see if Germany goes up 2-0. Or if Team Hong Kong China levels the playing field.
Jetzt Platzierung, ja? Nach 1, 2 Vorhand hier in Rücken, dann Schubsen, dann so ein bisschen Zeit. Ja? Mit Vorhand gegenziehen oder mit Schub auch, das ist super, wenn du schaffst.
Here it is, my favorite stat. Han Ying 55%, Ying Wing Lam 72% in the deciding game. Who would have thunk 17% the better is the player that's not far from 80 world rankings behind.
And we do have to remember that in that last game, Han Ying did have quite the extortionate lead, and Ying Wing Lam, mental resilience, playing so well, fought back. So you feel like the momentum, even though she lost that one, might still be with her. She's got Han Ying a little bit on the ropes sometimes.
This rally had such variety in the attack game. So many different shots. Ying Wing Lam right now, as cool as can be.
She's got so much feeling in her game to play those shots and pick them off one by one. Her ability to take the spin out of the ball.
But this time it was loaded, Han Ying, and also the depth on the table. That's something we have to remember. Watch where this one lands. Much more shallow. It's tough to lift something out in front of you. Try holding a chair with your arms fully extended for 1 minute straight. Or a pen. Save! It sat so high, it seemed unthinkable that she could capture it before a second bounce. The irony.
That is lightning fast reactions. Let's have another look here.
Here's what happened. It hit the top of the net and came down back into the net is what it looked like. Let's look one more time. Okay, I'd love to see that on the towel break. It's hypnotic. The work that it takes to earn 1 point. Baldwin Chan approves, the rest of the squad. Really, you feel like you've earned yourself an opportunity, and then 4 shots later, you win the point. First time we've seen one sit up a little bit high, and it's Han Ying who manages to win the point. Dima, Franz, again, both squads fully here. Let's take a look if we get that net ball here. Wow. Well, this time it felt like it only bounced once. Different camera angles offer you different perspectives, but it can hit the net as many times as it wants. Not that the ball has emotions or desires in life.
4-3.
Han Ying chiseling that ball to the other side of the table. Ying Wing Lam really gonna have to dig deep. Play those long rallies out. And as I say that, what could be described as a bit of an unforced error by Han Ying. We don't see her miss those sort of shots often.
Well, with Ying Wing Lam on the other side, precision, gotta take her chances. Recovery from Ying Wing Lam. Incredible get on that wide forehand, and Han Ying finds her way back into the table for the point. It was just a wide kicking shot. Heavy top spin, maybe a bit of side on it as well. And they will switch sides of the table. Why? Because it's the decider. They want there to be as little advantage to starting on one side or the other. Look at that split right down the middle. 8 and 8 of the last 16. Sharing is caring.
Han Ying again pushing that ball deep into the backhand. But we have seen Ying Wing Lam play those topspins, either stepping around or that backhand wide out. But this time, quality of the shot by Han Ying impedes her.
Back edge of the table, that's her point, Ying Wing Lam. Both players quickly acknowledge that. Fair play. So they're going to get that sorted on the scoreboard. No need for a challenge.
6-5.
Keep that one in the pocket. Big difference at this point in the match, can you imagine? Well, now plot thickening at the second towel break.
And both players here have taken their timeout, so they will be utilizing this slight break in play to refocus, regroup, especially Han Ying. Felt like she was starting to take a little bit of a lead there, but Ying Wing Lam, as we've seen, resilient as ever on the other side of the table.
Funny, in terms of taking a towel break as a bit of a mini timeout. We haven't had a lot of experience with TTR yet, but with time and thinking, players might be using TTR as a little bit of a timeout. Play, the pushing shots back and forth they go, and the only spin on this one is under throughout the rally.
Wing Lam there, just waiting until she makes her move. She didn't need to that time, just holding Han Ying close to the net.
Oh, this is so tough when you've earned it. I think we're not alone in being completely impressed by Ying Wing Lam. From 4-6 down, even to being game number 5 is crazy against Han Ying, and she's still very much in this match, but that one felt like one she'd make 9 times out of 10. After all of that, I want to know how many shots are in this rally. That was nuts.
And Wing Lam really waiting to make her chance, her moment, but Han Ying seizing the opportunity of a slightly looser ball on the side just to smash it. Great play by both of these players. So digging deep in the latter stages of this match.
Oh, the dribbler comes back. A bit of net help sets up 3 match points for Han Ying. This is one of those matches where we're lucky to be watching it live because the result will not tell the full story. You can see here from the bird's eye view how out of reach that was. Body spilled out on the table. She came back from 7-10 last game. Pressure's different now. She's got to serve here. Big one. Ying Wing Lam. Shoulder shrug right here, like she needs her own physical therapy in this moment. Ying Wing Lam takes the point just to get a towel break.
Ying Wing Lam holding off yet again 1 match point. And you can see Han Ying trying everything in her repertoire. Attack, defense, but Ying Wing Lam able to dictate the rally still. Can she hold off again and even up the score? Han Ying with service will be looking to do it now.
alive. Ying Wing Lam 1 point away from deucing the decider. The long, fast serve and a grunt on a passive receive just to block it back. And she's still in it. Ying Wing Lam, 3 match points saved after 3 game points saved. This is really becoming just a match that you didn't think you could outdo the Sabine Winter Du Hoi Kem match. They've done it. Oh, to the open side of the table,
11.
short against a flat hit. How does that happen?
And Ying Wing Lam is playing out of her skin here. To play a shot like that against the short pimple backhand, the placement, the accuracy, Han Ying did not think that was coming back.
Match point, Ying Wing Lam. But Han Ying's still in it. Oh man. Squirming much? You're not alone.
This is tense. And this match could be crucial for the overall tie score.
Can be.
11.
This was loaded on the chop. And it's tough. Again, we've seen some balls sit up a little bit. We've seen Ying Wing Lam crush some. The variation in the spin game, and it's match point, 4th time. Han Ying. My goodness, stamina test. Ying Wing Lam, as you mentioned, Team Hong Kong China looking to get 1 game on the board as opposed to going down 0-2 against Germany in a team tie where you win 3 and you're on to the semifinals. Match point. Once again, Ying Wing Lam with her 2nd match point after 4 straight to come back to 11-10. The patience and precision with all that variation from Han Ying. This is really something, Maria.
Both players here look absolutely knackered after that point.
And there's some question about it, but nerves, the body language and posture, the contrast here, like the masks of the theater, could not be more juxtaposed. It's 13-all. Second time. 14, is this tension? 13. Is this nerves?
Han Ying shaking her head. She knows what she needs to do. She will want to close this out for Team Germany.
There it is. Han Ying closes the door. 15-13 in the decider. This will go down as one of the greats in modern history. Han Ying, at 43 years old, forever young. And look at that. You can imagine